A group of boys wanted to share some game cards among themselves. If 8 cards were to be given to each boy, 8 cards were given to each boy. 4 more cards would be needed. If 7 cards were to be given to each boy, there would be 5 extra cards. How many boys were there? How many game cards were there? So for this question, we have to use guess and check method. So if 8 cards were given to a boy each, 4 more cards would be needed. If 7 cards were to be given to each boy, there will be 5 extra cards. So for example, if let's say there are 4 boys, okay? B1, boy 1, boy 2, boy 3, boy 4. So in the first case scenario, okay, let's name this case 1. Case 1. So write case 1. Case 1 is when each boy is given 8 cards, right? So 8, 8, 8. But 4 more cards will be needed. So it means that this last boy did not get the entire 8 cards. But instead, they require 4 more cards, right? So actually this 4th boy lacks of 4 cards. So meaning this boy only got 8 minus 4. He got 4 cards lesser. So he got 4 cards only. And what's the total number of cards that all these 4 boys have for this case? 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 4, right? So what's 8 times 3? 8 times 3 is 24. 24 plus 4 is 28. So case 2, when each boy were given 7 cards, but there will be 5 extra cards. So each boy were given 7 cards, right? Each boy. 7, 7, 7, 7. But there's an extra 5 cards over here. What's the total number of cards for this case 2? 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 5. There's how many 7s here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 plus 5 is 33. Okay? So now let's assume that there are 5 boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's 5 boys. So for case 1, where each boy is given 8 cards, but lacks of 4. So it means that the 5th boy did not get, the last boy, right, did not get the entire 8 cards. So end up that boy only got 4 cards. So first boy got 8, second boy got 8, third boy got 8, fourth boy got 8, but the last boy needed 4 more cards, right? If you look back in the question, you need 4 more cards for the 5th boy to get a total of 8 cards. So it means that the 5th boy only has 4 cards. So what's the total number of cards here? So it will be 8 times 4, right? Okay. So for the top one, it will be easier actually if we write out the how we calculate. So when there are 4 boys, so the total for this would be 8 times 3, right? 1, 2, 3. 8 times 3 plus the last boy card. And this one would be, hi boys, 4 boys, right? And there are 4 7, so it would be 7 times 4 plus 5. The last, there's always an extra 5, so plus 5. So you see here, please look at all these equations properly. Later we'll manage to see a pattern. So for case 2, where each boy is given 7 cards and there's extra 5 cards. So first boy 7, second boy 7, third boy 7, fourth boy 7, last boy also 7, and there's an extra 5 cards. So now we want to find the total number of cards for this case 1. So how many 8s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 8. So it's 8 times 4. And the last one is always plus 4. How about this? How many 7s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 7s. So it's 7 times 5. Always plus 5, the extra cards. Okay? So if you solve this, you get 28. Solve this, you get 33. And then the question says that these case scenarios are based on this specific number of card games that they have at first. So by right, these two has to be the same. But 28 and 33 are different, right? So it's incorrect that there are 4 boys. So that's why now we are trying out if there are 5 boys. So for the total for 5 boys in case 1 would be, what's this? 8 times 4 is 32. 32 plus 4 is 36. 36. 7 times 5, 35. 35 plus 5 is 40, right? So are they the same? Not the same. We have to make this the same, right? That's our goal. Okay, so now we have to actually write them in a neater form, so table form. And actually you can see a pattern over here. So when there are 4 boys, it's 8 times 4 minus 1, you get 3, plus 4, which is the last boy, okay? And then if there's 4 boys, it's 7 times 4 plus the 5 extra cards. So if there's 5 boys, it's 8 times 5 minus 1, you get 4, plus the last boy, which only have 4 cards. And if there's 5 boys, it's 7 times 5 plus the 5 cards. So there's a pattern. Now we write in table form, number of boys. Okay, number of boys. So now we assume that there were 4 boys, right? For our first part of our workings, 4 boys. Case 1 was, if you copy over this one, right? So 8 times 3 plus 4, you get 28. And our case 2 was 7 times 4 plus the 5 extra cards, which is 33. And then this is our first row. Our second row is assuming that there are 5 boys. Okay, so these two are not the same, right? So this is wrong. Case 1. So it's 8 times, right? We always take this number of boys minus 1, which is 4, then plus the last boy number of cards, which is 4. Get 36. Then case 2. 5 times 7, right? Or 7 times 5 plus the 5 extra cards is 35. It's 40. And they are not the same, so it's wrong. So now let's keep on trying. So assuming that there are 6 boys. Oh, 6 boys. Oh, what happened? So third guess would be when there are 6 boys, right? So for case 1, where each boy has 8 cards, except for the last boy who only has 4 cards. So it's 8 times 6 minus 1, right? Because the last boy got 4 cards and the other boys got 8 cards. So it's 6 minus 1 would be 5 plus the last boy, which is 8 times 5 is 40 plus 4, 44. Case 2. Case 2 is when each boy has 7 cards and then there's extra 5 cards. So it'll be 7 times the number of boys, which is 6, plus the 5 extra cards. 7 times 6 is 56, right? Oh, 42. 42 plus 5, which is 49. Oh, 42 plus 5 is 47. But are they the same, 45 and 47? No, right? So, wrong. So it seems like we have to keep on increasing the first case, right? The first case is always smaller than second case. First case smaller than the second case, first case smaller than second case, first case smaller than the second case. So maybe we can increase the number of boys, maybe like to 10. This is our fourth guess. Let's say there are 10 boys. Case 1. When each boy has 8 cards except for the last boy who only has 4 cards. So it's 8 times 10 minus 1 is 9. Plus the last boy card, which is 4. What's 8 times 9? 72. 72 plus 4? 76. Then case 2. When each boy has 7 cards with 5 extra cards. So each boy has 7 cards, right? So 7 times 10 plus the 5 extra cards, which is 5. 7 times 10 is 70. 70 plus 5 is 75. Are they the same? No, so it's wrong. But now you realize that case 1 is actually bigger than case 2. So maybe we have to, maybe 10 is a bit too much. So you have to try a smaller number. So for example, let's try 8. Okay, 8. So when there are 8 boys. Case 1, when each boy has 8 cards except for the last kid, which only has 4 cards. So it'll be 8 times 8 minus 1 is 7. Then plus the last kid. So 8 times 7 is 56, right? 56 plus 4, 60. Case 2, when each boy has 7 cards with 5 extra cards at the back. So it'll be 7 cards, right? Each boy has 7 cards with 5 extra cards in the end. So it means that 7 cards, how many boys are there? 8, right? So times 8 plus the 5 extra cards. 7 times 8 is, so now 7 times 8 is 56. 56 plus 5 is 61, right? Are they the same? No. So hopefully this time around we can actually get the same number. So case 1 is smaller than case 2. So maybe we have to increase, but not over 10, right? We have to try 9. So 9. So when, for example, when there are 9 boys, case 1, 8 times 9 minus 1 is 8 plus 4. 8 times 8 is 64. 64 plus 4 is 68. Case 2, 7 cards times the number of boys here, which is 9 plus 5 extra. 7 times 9 is 63. 63 plus 5 is 68. So they are the same, right? So now you can actually answer the question. The question is, so the question is asking you how many boys are there. So how many boys? Alright. Number of boys. We found out when there are 9 boys, we managed to achieve the same number of cards here. And the number of cards is 68.